This video is brought to you by Letsynthisize Academy, the #1 place for practice-oriented courses for serious music producers.
Yo, Larson here, welcome to the newest Synthesize Sunday episode, and today I want to show you a rack that can bring life to any Reese basses like this. Like always, you can grab this one sound from my Patreon below with tons of other stuff, and if you want to boost your skill in production, check my academy for awesome start to finish courses. But right now, let's jump into it. Right, so the first thing, we have this sound here in F, and if you use a pitch bend, it sounds cool, but I bet you never thought about this, not using only F, but using two notes at the same time, so basically a chord like F and G when you go up using the pitch bend. So something like this. This is F, and hitting F and G at the same time. And then if you use the pitch bend, oh, it's so aggressive. I have 3 layers, so I have the so-called Z layer. It's basically just a compressed sine with a noise. I have the screech, basically that is the main sound, and the sub. So the Z itself is not very important, it's just a sine wave with a noise, FM'd and then filtered on the low end and a little on the top. This is all. We have the sub. This is a simple sine, and crunch it inside the filter using the filter drive. And we have the screech, that basically is a sine wave and modulated by a higher sine wave. It is on chord 7. But it has a rack. Without that, it's very dumb. Like always, the trick is inside the rack. So first, I started with a distortion in the pedal, hitting F and G at the same time. It doesn't sound too good. Then I added a fuzz. This created the very high frequency kind of noise. Then I added another overdrive to make it really loud. Let me add the sub so it will be a lot more pleasing for the ear. Alright, then I had to cut the very highs, and it sounds a lot easier for the ear. Then a little cut in the mids at around 500 Hz. And another distortion, but mainly we are focusing on the mids only. Alright, so I went back, added my secret rack right below the distortions. So to me, honestly, it sounds a lot more organic and has some little movement inside of that, because without rack, you can hear and that is made by the the LFO here. It's a very slight pitch movement, but with the rack, it has an extra kind of chaos inside of that, and it sounds so cool and so organic inside any Reese's, and this is why I love it. So let me reveal the trick, and that is basically a disperser. If you don't know what it is, it's from Kilohertz, guys. So this dude here, and what I did is I took one EQ3 and I mapped the high and low frequency cut to the macro of the audio effect rack. Then I duplicated it, so I have 10 instances now. And then an LFO moves the macro, so basically the high and low frequency cut knob of all the EQ3s. And that creates a very nice chaos inside of the phase shift effect. Now the cool part here is if you play around with the offset, you can create different tones. So if you want, you can map it to macro 2, let's say color. But I honestly prefer the setting at around -51. And if you want to play with it a little more, you can try to use it on Serum. So this is what I'm trying to do now. As you can see, I put the same rack after Serum, and with a simple saw, it doesn't sound too well. But let's try a wavetable, like from Spectral. Let's try the trilobite. Obviously this is too harsh, so let's filter it. And if you play around with the wavetable position, and with some warping modes, maybe the mirror will be good. Oops, we need to set the pitch bend range to 2 octaves, like the other instruments had. So cool. But honestly, I prefer operator. Right, you can grab this sound from my Patreon below and click here for my academy for awesome start to finish courses. See you guys next time. Peace.